Man, this month before training camp, it's real dead. What'd you guys think of that new intro? Comment below, let me know what you think of that new intro. Spruced it up for you guys. Like I told you, bigger and better things coming from this channel because of you guys. But anyway, so August 10th, August 10th, Madden 19 comes out. It is now, when I'm recording this video, July 8th. So we got about a month until Madden comes out. And I know it's already been out there, and I know for a fact that everyone's been talking about it, but now I'm going to talk about it. And that is the Miami Dolphins' top rated players in Madden 19. Some of them I agree with, some of them I don't, and the ones that I don't, I'm going to give you the reasons why, and I'll also look at players in the same position that have a higher rating and see, is it justified? But, like usual, let's get started. I'm looking at it now, and no 90s on the team. Okay. We didn't do too well last year. Were we absolutely putrid? No. At one point in the season, we were still in the playoff hunt in November. So we weren't that bad, but we were bad. No 90s. Which I'm feeling is a little stupid. So let's just check this out. We got Kenyan Drake and Rashad Jones are our highest rated players at 88 each, right? So I use my brain meat, as Dashy likes to say. And I'm like, alright, Kenyan Drake, you're at 88. I could see him being a 90, a nice solid 90, but they put him at 88. So I'm looking through, and I'm like, all right, I'm looking at some of these, and I'm like, you know, he had 10.5 sacks last year. I think that was ranked like 14th in the league. So I'm like, you know, 88 ain't too bad. Let me see some of these other guys, and I scroll through all this list, the Panthers, you know, the Raiders, the Rams, and then I thought to myself, for some reason, I get it. I get why people and the media and even fans of other teams like this one specific player, right? Because I like him. He's on the Houston Texans. You probably already know who I'm about to talk about. But that's J.J. Watt. I get why people love this man, and I get why, because he does a ton for charity and stuff. But they gave him a 96 overall rating compared to Kenyan Drake's 88 overall rating. And then I was like, alright, well, if you look at J.J. Watt's stats, the dude had two 20-sack seasons, right? In 2012 and in 2014. That's ridiculous. And then he followed up the 2014 season with 17.5 sacks in 2015. So the dude was a beast. He was ridiculously good. If you notice that I'm saying was a lot. Now, do I think he's washed up? Do I think he's done? No. But he hasn't played a full season in 2 years. 2016, he played 3 games. He got 1.5 sacks, got injured. Last year, I don't even think he played a game. I could be wrong. Correct me below if I'm wrong. Nothing. So for 2 years, this dude has been on the shelf, hasn't done anything, hasn't contributed to the Houston Texans, right? And then you look at Kenyan Drake. And the past 2 seasons, this dude had 11.5 sacks and 10.5 sacks. Granted, he never had 20 sacks, you know, but he's been consistent. Even the year he got injured, he came back and had an 11-sack season. Even the year he got injured, he played 7 games, got injured toward his Achilles, and he still had 7 sacks in that season. And we made him an 88 versus J.J. Watt's 96. So it boggles my mind. But the one that really tickles my prostate, is Rashad Jones has an 88 overall rating. I might sound a little biased, but I think Rashad Jones is one of the best safeties in the league. I would say top 5 best safeties in the league. Top 5 best strong safety in the league. You might be asking, you might be saying to yourself, Doug, you're such a homer, man. You're killing me, Smalls. Rashad Jones, you think, is one of the best safeties. So I was like, alright. I was talking to myself a lot. I was like, alright, Let me see who had a better rating. And right below the Dolphins, you see the Philadelphia Eagles. Super Bowl champs. I was rooting for them. Obviously, I hate the Patriots. I actually know a bunch of people that are Eagle fans. They're super cool. So I'm like, hey, they have nothing to do with the Dolphins. They never really play each other except for once every 4 years. And last time they played each other, the Dolphins won. So I was like, hey, I don't have any gripe with your team. So I have no gripe with the Eagles. My gripe right now is with the rating system in Madden. So it has nothing to do with the Eagles, right? I'm not saying what I'm about to say is because they're bad. But I look down and I see Malcolm Jenkins is at a 93. Well-deserved 93. Rashad Jones is at an 88. So again, I'm like, let me pull up some stats and let me check this ish out. So last year, Rashad Jones had 2 interceptions, right? He didn't have a forced fumble, and he had 1.5 sacks. Pretty decent year, right? And I looked at Malcolm Jenkins last year. He had 2 interceptions, he had 1 forced fumble, and he had 1 sack. You know, it was a pretty even year with Rashad Jones. But again, he is, maybe it's because he's on a Super Bowl winning team. He's at a 93, and Rashad Jones is at a friggin' 88. So I thought to myself, let's look in a different aspect, because what Madden tends to do is if you're the Super Bowl champion of the year before, they're going to boost your stats because, hey, you just won the frickin' Super Bowl. So I looked at another strong safety that is out and about, Eric Berry. He got a 95 overall rating. He's even higher than Malcolm Jenkins. Eric Berry's stats last year, 1 game last year, and he got a 95 overall rating. In 2016, he played a full season, right? He got 4 interceptions, he had 2 touchdowns, he had 1 forced fumble, no sacks, but he's a safety, right? That's the year that Rashad Jones got hurt, was 2016. That was a caca year for us, but we still made the playoffs again. That's another story of a different year. So I'm thinking to myself, all right, well, Eric Berry got hurt last year, and he didn't play all of last year. And Rashad Jones did play all of last year, and he did equally as good as Malcolm Jenkins. So then I was like, hey, Doug, why don't you do yourself a favor, right? They both entered the league, Rashad Jones and Eric Berry, both entered the league in 2010, right? Look at their career stats. Let's look at that. So Rashad Jones has 18 career interceptions. He has 3 career touchdowns. He has 3 career forced fumbles, and he has 10.5 career sacks, right? And then you look at Eric Berry's career stats. He has 14 interceptions. He has 5 touchdowns. He has 4 forced fumbles, and he has 5.5 sacks. So this isn't me knocking your team's players. So if you're a Kansas City Chiefs fan, I'm not knocking your player and saying that Eric Berry doesn't deserve to be at a 95. And if you're an Eagles fan, I'm not, like I said, I'm not knocking Malcolm Jenkins. I'm not saying I don't think he deserves to be at a 93. All I'm saying is Rashad Jones has equal or better stats than both of these guys, and he is about 5 to about 7 points lower than them. That's stupid. Rashad Jones should at least be a 93. Cameron Wake should at least be a 90. Josh Sitton, I don't know what the other ratings for the other guards are because they don't really give a shit about guards. 86 isn't too bad. Same with William Hayes at 85. That's not too bad. Danny Amendola at 83. I'm not upset with that. Kenny Stills, I think, should be at an 85. Robert Quinn at 81, I think, is a little low. I'd probably put him at about 84, 85. And then Kenyan Drake at 80. He didn't. I think it should be Devontae Parker at 80. I'm not upset with because he's super inconsistent and he needs to step it up. But Kenyan Drake at 80, I get it, but then I don't get it. Like, I get it because he was inconsistent, like his rookie year, and then the beginning of the last year he wasn't really on the field, but that's because there was Jay Ajayi. But then the last 5 games of the season, he had the most rushing yards in the last 5 games of all of the NFL. So it's like 80, and then like Jay Ajayi is 85. And I'm like, well, J.J.'s 85. So I honestly think that Kenyan Drake should have been at like 85. So my biggest gripe is with Cameron Wake and Rashad Jones being below 90s. I think Cam Wake should have been a 90, and I think Rashad Jones should have been at least like a 94. I told you why. Yeah, but this is what we have now. So maybe when this, you know, a lot of times too, when the season comes out and then the teams start playing, ratings start to fluctuate, and then the MUT cards come out, you know, change things. But again, this is just because it's that dead month of the season where there's nothing going on. So I thought, let me look at this. Let me give you guys my opinion on it. Madden's coming out soon. We'll be playing that on the Bit Boys channel. But before I get to all that jazzy stuff, comment of the frickin' day. And this one comes from Bulldog Irish. He says to me, hey Douglie, what do you think our biggest improvement this year will be this season? And what do you think will be our biggest letdown? As much as I love Jarvis, I think Amendola will fill that void, and we all know Drake is better than Ajayi. What do I think our biggest improvement is? I think it's the offensive line. I think with Sitton, and then I think with Kilgore starting, I think that will really have the offensive line working well together, only because with Mike Pouncey and his hip, he didn't practice every day. And with him not practicing every day, I don't think that there was that unity with the offensive line. So I think the offensive line is probably the most improved. What our weakest point is, I honestly think it's a toss-up between defensive tackle and linebacker. I don't think the wide receiver core is our weakest point just from losing one player, Jarvis Landry. Obviously, Jarvis Landry was a dynamic player, one of the best slot receivers, possession receivers in the NFL. Again, he was a great possession receiver in the NFL. But with the addition of, you know, Danny Amendola, who's another great possession receiver, and then we have Albert Wilson, who's that speedster who makes something out of nothing, like Jarvis used to do. I don't see it as a big difference, whereas defensive tackle, you're losing Ndamukong Suh, and now you have these guys who would benefit from Ndamukong Suh playing next to him, and him taking the double team. And then you have the linebacker core with Raekwon McMillan, who we don't know what we have. Everyone has see promise when it comes to OTAs and stuff, but we don't know what we have in that. And then we have Baker, and then we have Stephon Anthony, and we have Hull, and it's like, what do we have there? We don't really know what we have there. And then you have Kiko Alonso, which a lot of people will shit on him and say he's a horrible linebacker, but that Chargers game 2 years in a row, he won it for us, and he played lights out. So I don't think he's a bad linebacker. I think he maybe had too much on his plate because the other linebackers were caca or AWOL, if you know what I mean. But that's what I think. Thanks for the question, Bulldog Irish. Again, comment below. Let me know what you guys think about the Miami Dolphins rating, of the highest being 88 from Cameron Wake and Rashad Jones. Let me know what you think about me, about my rating on them, how I think Cam Wake should be 90, Rashad Jones should be at least a 94. Again, if I talk, when we talk about J.J. Watt and Jay Ajayi and Malcolm Jenkins and Eric Bayer, I'm not bashing your team. Their rating is good. I like what their players are rated at. I just think it's unfair what the Dolphins players are rated at, because if you look at their compared stats, that's what I'm saying. Don't forget to hit that like button. Hit the like button if you like that new intro. I'm very proud of it. Worked on it very hard. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter like usual. I tweet things out all the time, being that this is the dead month. You guys can tweet me suggestions and I'll tweet you other stuff. We can have tweet conversations. Don't forget to follow my second channel where we will be playing Madden 19 on it. As soon as I get it, I'm getting the Hall of Fame edition. I'm going to open up some packs. I'll record that. So be on the lookout for that. I might do it the day of getting Madden, so look out for that. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. This channel is growing super fast, and I love every minute of it. I really enjoy that you guys comment. I really enjoy the interaction with you guys. You guys are the friggin' best. We're almost at 1,000. I have something special planned for you guys at 1,000, like I said. And so subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Like I said, training camp starts the 25th of July, which is in 2 weeks. I think the rookies have to come the 16th. So I don't know if they're going to be doing stuff with the rookies. If they are, you will get a video, because I gave you videos on the OTAs and I gave you videos on the mini camp. So I'll give you videos whenever you need them and whenever you guys need to know stuff. Other than that, I appreciate you guys. You guys are the best. I can't promise you more than this video is going to come out this week. I will make something. Let me know below if you guys want me to make something, what you guys want me to talk about. Again, it doesn't even have to be about the Dolphins. It could be about any team. But other than that, like usual, fins up. Fin burns. So today, I'm going to react to something. Miami Dolphins on their YouTube channel put a mic'd up session with Mika Fitzpatrick and Mike Gesicki. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to react to it. And yeah.